Hey guys, it's Jess. What's up? Welcome back to the next episode of So Let's Get Crafty Gift Edition. To Design Space. Today, we're doing last minute handmade gifts. They're simple, they're cute, have that bit of love and thoughtfulness just woven right in. We are doing some sewing, we're doing some Cricut-ing, and I'm so excited because today's video is actually sponsored by Cricut. If you don't know Cricut, you totally should. Cricut has smart cutting machines that you can make so much with. You can make stickers, personalized tote bags, toiletry bags. You can make cards. There's so much cool stuff that you can do with the Cricut machine. I'm using the Cricut Joy Xtra today, and I love her. With all that being said, don't forget to subscribe down below, join the family. I would love to have you here, and let's get into it. So, our first project is going to be a cute quilted oven mitt. Now, when it comes to making quilted things, you have two options. One is to use pre-quilted fabric, ready to sew, ready to go. Option two is to quilt it yourself. You pick whatever fabric you want. You can even do a double-sided kind of deal where you have two different kind of fabrics. And then in the middle is going to be your batting. And basically you kind of just make a sandwich and quilt your design. But when it does come to making something that's going to be good for the heat, you want to make sure that the batting you get is a high loft batting, or that you double up your batting so it's nice and thick. I'm thinking for this one, we'll quilt our own fabric, and we are actually going to be self-drafting this, which if you've never done it, is way easier than it sounds. So you need your base template, which in this case is an oven mitt. Grab some kind of tracing paper. This could be an old grocery bag. This could be just large scale paper you have, just something you can trace on and cut. And we're going to trace the shape. So now that we've got our shape, we're gonna add 1/2 inch of seam allowance. So I like to cut out the shape that I just traced and then add my seam allowance. Now we're gonna cut out our pattern. Look how cute this is gonna be. Now our batting, I'm gonna cut out 4 pieces of this because I'm going to double them up on each side. Next up, we make our quilting lines. I think I want to do the crisscross diamond pattern, and I think I'll just do a 1-inch pattern. Now I have this cool tool called a Hera marker, which is really nice for quilting, just kind of like an indenter. Okay, we've got our 2 quilted pieces. And I also went ahead and cut out a lining. So you totally could quilt your lining in, but I decided I wanted to put mine in almost like a pocket so it'd hide all of the seams. Our lining is made. Next up, we're gonna do right sides together. But before we do, we are gonna make a little tabby so we have somewhere to hang it. I think I want to do a pop of the polka dot fabric. The length I have here is probably about 4 to 5 inches. It kind of depends on how big you want your loop to be. I'm going to take my turner, one of my favorite tools. This is so cute. A little hook. So I initially was planning on doing a little gift tag for this one, but I found the cutest Christmas card on Cricut Design Space. My friend has a cat, and it's a cat pun Christmas card. So I'm taking my little card mat, I'm taking one of the pre-folded cards. First we choose our card, then I'm making a few adjustments to the template. My card is pre-folded, so I'm turning off scoring. Then I'm selecting all of my layers and attaching them since I'm only using the one material. I select card mat, material is insert card, and first up is drawing, so I pop the pen in and hit go. Every time I watch my Cricut just doing its thing, I am so impressed just seeing the design come together. It is just so cool. Once the drawing finishes, I pop the blade in to cut, and then after, I just peel and slide the card out. Now this design has notches to put an insert in, so you can really play around and customize it. For our next project, we're making matchboxes. This is such a cute one to do to spice up the gift of a candle, or if you want to put it with like a housewarming type gifts, tea towels, incense, stuff like that, to take a simple gift to being a little bit more special. To the Cricut Design Space! In Cricut Design Space, you're gonna search for matchbox. I personally like the first result. It's just a simple, straightforward matchbox. I'm opening it in my canvas and I'm gonna make some adjustments here as well. I'm gonna change the operation of all of the scoring to drawing. This makes the template compatible with my machine, and then it gives me some guidelines to fold on. I found this really cute cardstock that I think would be perfect to make this matchbox. And it comes with just a bunch of different designs that are both front and back. What might be, ooh, oh, I like that. This is really cute for the inner box. I'm really excited to see how this one is gonna turn out. Load in our blade. Okay. Now we're in business. We have our two pieces. I'm gonna line my ruler up and then just fold. This is a big matchbox. Maybe I should have sized down. Now taking our glue stick. Look at that. I know it's just a box, but I love it so much. Now I have to figure out what I want this to say. To Design Space. On the left, we're gonna hit the Add Text button, and I'm writing out Perfect Match in this cool Art Deco-y font. Now I'm sizing down the text to make sure it fits in the box. And the material I'm using this time is vinyl. Once the design is cut, we weed. If you like satisfying things, you will love doing this. Basically, you just peel away the excess material from your design. First, we do the large section, you just kind of hook and peel it up, and then all the tiny little leftover pieces. Then you're gonna grab some transfer tape. This is a clear sticky tape that allows you to seamlessly pick up your design and place it perfectly on your object. Apply over your design, press it down really firmly to make sure it's fully picked up your design, and then you peel away the vinyl's backing. Finally, we position over our matchbox, press down, and peel off the tape. I wanted the text to be really subtle and almost like magically glinting, so I went with a gold vinyl against the yellow cardstock, but again, you can really customize to your heart's desire. Moving right along, project number 3 is for any reader in your life. We're making some custom bookmarks, and I think this would be so fun paired with a book that you think the person might like, a gift card to a bookstore, something in like the bookish realm. I made a couple of prototypes because I was trying to figure out like, what kind of bookmark do I want? So one show I really like is Bridgerton, and Lady Whistledown, who writes the society papers, she always writes Dearest Readers, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if I made a Regency era Lady Whistledown Bridgerton-esque bookmark? My first iteration turned out funky, so we don't look at this one. My second one, I had more things figured out, but still kind of not quite. And then my third iteration is my favorite, and I still think there's room for making it more interesting, for spicing it up. And I think that just goes to show how much you can customize something. If they had a favorite book or a favorite TV show, add a little quote on the bottom. Endless possibilities. I like what I have currently, but I want to make the cameo lady a different paper, and then I want to add something to the bottom. Maybe a cutout of a book. Let's try it. To the Cricut Design Space. So I already have my project file that I've started building for the Dearest Reader. There's so many different bookmark templates, so you can just choose your favorite. Then you're gonna start building. What is your theme? What do you want it to be? And then you're gonna start searching for those elements. Ooh, this for the cameo. This for the second layer. Cream against the gold. I think we have to just try it, see how it looks, and go from there. Gonna lay down our paper. I always use my knuckles to flatten the paper because sometimes fingertips have foils. We are using cardstock. Go. Now the trick with cardstock is you have to be a lot more careful than vinyl because cardstock will fold, bend, and crease. So I just take my little spatula and I get the corner. Once I've got those, I just carefully peel it off, folding the mat, and then very carefully and slowly pulling off. make a cute tote bag. This is our fabric for the body, strawberry fabric for the bow handles. And yes, you did hear that right, bow handles. First thing, I made my pattern by taking a tote bag that I like the size of, and I added seam allowance all around. I would say rule of thumb, 1/2 inch, but I ended up adding 2 inches all around so I could make the bag a little bit bigger. Then I just envisioned how I'd want the straps to be, and I wanted them to be very full and voluminous and cool, so I cut out this shape. Woohoo! I need 4 of these and 2 of the body. I just have to fold the fabric in half and cut out 1 piece of this, and then I get to skip an entire seam. If you just like a nice 2-dimensional tote bag, skip the step, but if you want it to have that like boxed off bottom, then this step is for you. We're going to pull the sides out like this. Get it into a nice point. I'm gonna pin it. Other side, 2-dimensional, pull it out, make sure it's even. So here are the pinned off triangles. The bigger you go with this triangle, the more gusset it has. I thought it'd be fun to add some text to the tote to customize it. And for the material, I went with this cool iron-on vinyl. In Cricut Design Space, we're gonna open a blank canvas and click add text. You could do their name or a phrase, a quote. I'm writing "You're so galing," which is like a cheeky Taglish Tagalog and English blend way of saying "you're so wow" or "you're so amazing." Now pay attention to the measurements as you adjust scale. You wanna make sure your design is a good size for your project. Now I'm gonna find some cute elements to add and then play around with the design. Once you've got it how you like it, don't forget to select all your elements and attach them since we're making the whole design with 1 material. Find your material on the list, and the last step is to mirror your design for this. This is an iron-on, so we gotta make sure it's mirrored. Now we cut. We weed. Then we find our placement. I've marked the center with a pin to make it a little bit easier. And finally, we iron on. That is a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy with how all of the projects turned out. If you guys make any of these projects and you share them, please tag me, send them to me. I would love to see. Again, a huge thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out down in the description box. I will have links to the Cricut Joy Xtra and some other just helpful tutorials for getting started. Seriously, try Cricut out. They are the coolest. Make sure to subscribe below for more videos like this and more fashion and fun and just cool things. And you can follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at Jessica Neistadt. Thank you again for watching. I hope you all have the most wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys!